just really talking to you about your experiences, because they're so important.
Yes, I do understand that.
Because, I mean, a year ago you never had this, did you?
No.
You never had this experience, and it must have been a bit of a shock to suddenly realise.
To put it mildly, yes.
Yeah, where are all these people coming from? What am I experiencing? Am I losing my mind, or who can help me with it? And I know there was a pack of research in
the
that,
help
wasn't
that
it?
I needed more
Yes.
than anything, because I did understand to a degree about the spirit world.
Yeah.
And I knew they did visit, as I said once,
Yeah.
that I did speak to my mother
Yeah.
at with Leslie Finn, and but I didn't truly believe it, although what she said
Was it
only
accurate?
her and me would know about.
Right.
So I had to believe it in a way, but not fully.
Yeah.
I
think believing
believe
in
it completely now,
Yeah.
absolutely completely.
by the experiences you've had now in the last year, or last 6 months, whatever it is.
18 months.
18 months.
Yeah, last February.
Wow.
Well, not last February, the February before.
Right.
So you can understand why I'm getting a little bit fed up with
Yes,
it.
you don't want the unwelcome visitors, do you?
No.
But you've had some experiences that were really good, weren't you? That belief or understanding of that the spirit world or heaven is real, because you're talking about that energy that built up in the room we're sitting in now, where you
Yeah.
could see that cloud type thing, wouldn't you? You said I couldn't
Yes.
explain that to anyone, but
I can't.
you felt that. You felt that love come from there, didn't you?
How can anyone think about a cloud as being beautiful and full of love coming towards you? I felt there were so many people there.
Yes, you felt
So
that.
many,
Yeah.
yes. And that was a wonderful experience, an absolutely wonderful experience. And I wish I could describe it better, because
Well,
I can't.
I don't think you can, because sometimes there's not always words to describe what you feel spiritually, because it's such a wonderful emotion.
It
I think
is.
you were saying to me, it makes you feel that heaven is real. I don't worry about passing over now. It's
no, I don't, not
It's something
really.
I believe that I joke about and call it head office. I'm not afraid to go to head office, and since you've had experience that you've had, even though you must have had a belief, I mean, especially sitting with Leslie Flint, I mean, he was a well-known medium, iconic in his day.
Was he?
Absolutely, yes.
Well, I don't know. I only went the one visit,
Yeah.
and I wasn't fully convinced.
No, I don't think we are, but until we experience it ourselves, and now you've experienced it, and you know clearly that this is as real as it can be. But you
Well, it
need.
couldn't be more real, and I think it's been a wonderful experience
Yeah.
for 70% of the time.
Yes.
But when
The
it's
30
not nice,
Yeah.
it's really terrifying.
Yeah.
And those things that I just don't want to happen again,
No.
because I can't deal with it now.
No.
I'm just getting a bit past that now.
No. That's why I'm helping you
Yes.
to break those links.
Yes.
And what amused me, or amused me is not the right word, but what really fascinated me when you said, well, actually, Adrian, I saw you in the room going shh as I was
Yes.
shoveling someone else out the way.
Yes.
And this is normally what we'd call like astral travelling.
That's something that I can't understand. How can you do that? You didn't know about it, did you?
I knew I was connecting to you,
I see.
and able to do that, and I knew that I can make my presence felt. And I don't mean I as in ego, but as a fact. When we think of someone, sometimes we'll cause that person to think of ourselves, or even call if they're on the earth plane. You know, you think of someone and suddenly you see them or hear them or a call from them. So on a spiritual level, if you connect to someone for the right reasons, you can be in their presence, so to speak.
Yeah.
Not always can they pick it up.
No, I
But
find
you
that
certainly did,
difficult
didn't you?
to understand. I can understand it the other way round, the spirits coming to me, but
How can I do
how
it?
can... It's an out-of-body experience.
That's quite right. You've hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what it is. It's an out-of-body experience. And I'm able to, like other people, I'm nothing special about me, I'm able to project myself out to the place that I know, which is your place here, and just be there for the right reasons, and just move those ones who are bothering you when they shouldn't bother you at all. Yeah?
Well, it worked that day
Yes.
because you followed
Followed that person out, you know.
Gentleman Jim.
Yes.
I like to call him that
Yes.
because he was a gentleman.
Yeah.
He went out, but then he did come back,
Yes.
and he just went to me, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
And I thought that was really thoughtful and nice.
Yes. Yeah.
And of course he did come back again.
Yeah. And the picture I showed you, I remember on my phone, I said, oh, one of my friends who passed over, Robert Mathewson, I'm sure he'll help out. And he came, and you've identified the picture, and not because
yes.
he just looks similar to it. You know, you're very clear on what you see and what you don't see.
That definitely was him.
Yeah, which is fantastic, really.
He just stood in the doorway to let me know he was there.
Yeah.
Nice smile on his face.
Yeah.
And that's all he needed to do.
Yes,
really.
that's right. You
I
felt
knew I
comforted
was
by
going
that.
to be safe for that night. That's
Yeah.
a wonderful feeling when you feel that was
Yeah.
5 times.
So a bit like a guardian angel, really, wasn't he? He would come in and do that, and I'm
Exactly.
sure he's going to do that again on our request. So
Oh,
that's the good thing,
yes.
because like you and other people, when you experience this, I mean, who do you turn to? You can't turn to your
I
doctor.
didn't have anybody.
Your,
I did.
your doctor
But
would have given you
really
medication, and anyone else would have said, "Oh, sorry, you're a little bit old and you're losing it," all that sort of stuff.
Oh, they
But-
wanted to have a scan, I suppose, of my head, really. Who next to turn to? I
No.
didn't have anybody.
No.
And, well, it was a frightening experience. I don't want it repeated.
No. And when you said a frightening experience, was that the one where you were talking about where they were like trying to pull the covers off of you, or
No, it was the one that...
or not very nice looking, or got close to you?
He looked evil to me.
Yeah.
It's hard to understand. But
Yeah, didn't look a very nice person, let's put it that
that's
way.
exactly.
Yeah. And how did you respond to that?
Well,
Did you
first
tell him to
came
go away?
several nights where he just shook my feet.
Yes.
Make sure
You
I
were-
knew he was there.
Yeah.
The next night, he woke me. He was standing just by my bed, the left side.
Yeah.
The next night, he sat on the right side and
Did you
just
feel
stared.
that? Did you feel the bed move or not?
I don't remember, to be
Okay,
quite
that's
honest. And then, of course, and then the next thing, which was frightening, is Fred eagled
Okay.
about a foot from me.
Yeah, that must have been really frightening.
That was, although I showed no fear at all.
No.
I can't understand it, but I didn't.
Maybe your guides and helpers were helping you to control
I think
that.
they must have, because I would normally have been screaming. I couldn't stand that.
I think anyone who would experience that would be petrified, might be the right term.
I
Yeah.
was afterwards.
Yes.
It just hit me afterwards, and I didn't quite know what to do. And as
Mm.
I say, I couldn't sleep in my bedroom for 5 weeks. I slept out here in the living room
Yeah.
for 5 weeks. He didn't never come back after that, I'm
Mm.
pleased to say.
Yeah, maybe the guides or guardian angels around you kept him away, thought you've done enough damage for once with that scaring
Well, he was
technique.
getting nowhere, was he?
Absolutely.
He was obviously trying to scare the living daylights out of me, but there was no reaction.
No, so you won over that, even though it was
so
scary
while
at the time.
someone was really guiding me what to do.
Yes.
Must have, because that wasn't
Yeah.
me normally.
No.
So yeah, that was the worst thing that happened to me.
Uh-huh.
And this, of course, the second one that's now, he's come so many times.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is to him.
Well, it's the same principle to all the others. It's like if someone knocks on your door and they say, "Do you want, let's say, double glazer insurance?" So, no, thank you, I don't want. We close the door physically, so we wouldn't leave our own front door open or the locked gate on the front open. And sometimes spiritually, because you've got some awareness, I know from what we talked about with Leslie Flint and stuff like that. Even though you experienced it, you might not have believed it, but you literally shine your light as well. So it's learning to, as we talked about earlier, is turning that light down, like dimming that light down and being exactly what you should do. Say, "No, I don't want you anymore, just go away. Go away, I don't want you anymore like
He
that."
must know that now.
Yeah,
Adrian. I mean, I told him in no
Absolutely.
uncertain terms.
But what I'm getting you to do is manage it so there's no fear in that, and you're just completely rejecting them, say go away, or you can say, as we said before, go to Adrian and or step
that's
away.
Fine. But he doesn't like being rejected. That's
What?
why he's coming back.
Oh yeah, but there's always someone stronger spiritually, and clearly that's what's going to happen now to move you forward. And it's good that you're sharing this, because there's so many people that go through these experiences that can't tell anyone. They can't tell their neighbour, their family, or the rest, because families might not understand it. My family never fully understood everything I did, although all I can say is now they've been back many years and come back and said, "Okay, we understand it now."
Well, it wasn't. Well, things were frightening, but just the spirits coming and going didn't affect me too much.
No.
Not really.
No. But talking of the negative to the positive side is now when you saw that energy build up over you, way to one side of your television, you felt that warmth and that love.
Yeah.
You know that those guardian angels and loved ones are there to support you. But they have to have a few ground workers like me to come along and support you with that understanding to get you to the stage where you go, yeah. And to be honest, for anyone out there, is to have a gut feeling of how they're dealing with someone who says that they can help. What does your gut feeling say? Does it say this person is helping or is not helping from day one? But I think we built a good relationship up and an understanding of just talking about the things, and we go away with different exercises to perform, so we keep them farther away. And you've talked about some experiences of having guides around there and gentleman gym, or someone says, making sure you're okay. That's a wonderful, warming experience to realise that you are protected beyond the physical.
Yeah, well, it was, to me, it was so amazing. And with the different things that happened with these, what I call good spirits, it made me feel as though I was making friends.
Yes.
And that when my time came to go to the spirit world, well, I might see them again. I might know somebody.
You will. Exactly. That's what you'll know. You'll know all your guides and your loved ones who've gone on before you.
Yeah.
And you probably, for many other people as well, they've been around you for such a long time, but they needed to jolt your awareness so you understand it now in the physical body, even though you're a spiritual being as well in your physical body, that you realise that all that love and that care is with you, whether you've picked it up or not. And I think that's the important bit. You felt that, haven't you?
I did feel it most strongly. I really did. And that was a wonderful feeling. Those, 5 people cared enough to come and help protect me, really.
Yes, absolutely.
And they did.
Yeah.
And that was lovely. And I'd love to see them again.
Or you will do, but you might even see them in a dream state when you're sleeping, because in a dream state your mind's freer. You're not held up by all the physical logic or the mental logic, and you can have a conversation like we're having a conversation, and you'll come round and go, well, I think I've just been speaking to someone. That can happen. But you have to wish that to happen to open that channel to do it. And it can be much better than being woken at silly hours in the morning.
Yeah, I understand a lot more now.
Yeah.
Obviously I do. And I don't know whether I can say that I'm glad it's happened now. Yes, I think I've got to say I'm glad it happened.
Yeah.
But there comes a time when
you say enough is enough. Yeah. No more knockers on the door, so to speak.
No, because I've got to slam it shut.
And what I like about you is you're nobody's fool. You either make your decision one way or the other. You're black and white with what you do, and very pragmatic, which I think is wonderful, because spiritual activity is almost not tactile. You can't grab it. You can see it and sense it, and you've taken a very practical and good approach to actually resolve this.
Never been a one to accept things as I go. I got to know a bit more before I accept that. What anybody throws at me, well, is that right? I go further.
Yeah, you like to investigate it.
Mind. Yes.
I think that's fantastic. And that's developed our working relationship, because I love coming and working with you and talking about it, because you've got such a good handle on it, a good practical approach to it. How do I manage that? What do we do with this? What do we do with that? And it just goes on like that, doesn't it? And I think it's a good working relationship. That's what people need when they have those experiences.
I love talking about it now that I've got more understanding of it.
And that's the key fact, because many people don't have understanding, so they need to talk to someone who does.
Yes.
So it clarifies the situation.
Well, if you haven't got any understanding, you can't talk about it.
On any subject, isn't it? Which is true.
No. So.
That's really good. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And long may it continue.
That's it. A bit more on the light side.
Yeah, I think we have to have that sort of view on the light side a little bit. So the experience. Tell me about the experience that the 2 children that came to you. How did that happen? Where were you? Were you in the lounge or?
No, I was in bed, asleep.
Okay.
It was early hours of the morning, and I could hear.
What, children?
Giggling.
Oh right, yeah.
No, just giggling somewhere. And I woke up, and there was a little boy on one side of the bed and a girl the other. And the look of mischievousness on their faces, well, they really, by 3 o'clock in the morning, it didn't seem funny, but when I think about it afterwards, they were really, really delightful.
Right.
They really was, and I often think about that, and that was a nice memory as well.
And what do you think they were aware of you? Did they sort
Yes,
of look at,
definitely.
Yeah?
They were looking at me and giggling and laughing. Oh, no question about it.
Oh, good.
They were jumping up one side and then the other, because I'm in between, and I think, what's going on here? But they were really lovely. really lovely, and that was a delight.
That was so. Though at the time it was a bit of a surprise and maybe a shock.
Yes, yeah.
It was a wonderful experience to hold on to.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah. And I think one needs to think of those bits that are not so heavy, and that it was really, really lovely.
Every cloud has a silver lining, sort of thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Good. And tell me about, what were the children dressed in? Were they?
Well, I couldn't see a lot of them about this, that's all. But just all normal, ordinary clothes.
Yeah, that's good. Just wanted to find out, and they were quite happy to be around you and share that experience.
Probably thought I was a funny lady.
Well, funny but happy lady, because that's important. That the spirit children often come around people when they're learning to develop that level of spiritual awareness, because they bring all that love and that joy, and they're excited and they're happy and they're playful and they're children. Many people get this in meditations. They suddenly see children running around them and they're happy, and that's to say that that's what the spirit world's all about. It's a happy place, and they are ones that are growing up in the spirit world. So it's lovely they bring that love
it was
to the earth plane.
Really marvellous. So that made up for a lot of the nasty things. So and I can appreciate that.
Good. Well, thank you for sharing with us, because I almost forgot about that, but it was...
Well, I didn't put it in my notes.
That's all right, we don't worry about your notes, because...
No, I know you do, but well, you might have picked that out as a light spot, you know, not so heavy.
No, good.
That was a very nice, I can't think of the word now.
Experience.
Experience, thank you. Yeah, it really was. I often think about that. And then the little girl that came beside the television, I think it was the same girl.
Oh right, it could be, yes.
I don't know for sure.
Yes, it could be.
But she just I was lying on here.
Yeah.
You just come round the side of the television.
Just had a little peek, did she?
Yeah, and a grin on her face. It was lovely, it really was.
Well, they're around us to uplift us and give you that upliftment we sometimes desperately need. So you sharing that helps others who will have that experience. There will be others who do that. And maybe what we must do in the future is perhaps come back and do this again with your next experience in chapter 2, or this is where we are now, in a few more months' time. I think that'd be lovely to do it. So thank you for sharing.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see from up here.